Do you just not like slime like me? Now, it's not that I don't like the slime itself. The slime itself, I think, has some great sensory benefits, but to bring it into my house, to let my kids play with it, to risk it getting on the floor and in the carpet might not be a risk I want to take. But I'm taking a challenge today, and I'm challenging myself because I was sent a box full of slime from Compound Kings, and I want to figure out something very constructive to do with this that really is a great educational experience. We're gonna do that today. Hey you guys, it's Christina from the Purple Alphabet. Now, I opened this box, it was filled with slime. This is just some of it. It came from Compound Kings. They sent it to me for free product, disclaimer. And I said, you know what? Before I just dismiss this, I wanted to really figure out a way that I could use this in educational activities with my kids and be constructive about it and very thoughtful. I kind of don't like slime a lot in my house. We do use it from time to time, but it's very infrequent. And I asked a poll not too long ago on my community tab, and a lot of you guys said that you're kind of anti-slime too. What if I told you it has great sensorial benefits to it, and I have some activities that will probably take the fright from you and so that you'll be more apt to use it. So that's what today's video is about. We are taking these slime compounds that they sent me, and I'm gonna come up with some ideas. I really challenged myself on this to really put my educational spin on it to be beneficial. So not only sensorial, but also educational. So let's get to those activities. Compound Kings sent me this huge, and I do mean huge, box filled with different slimes. And I thought, you know what? I don't want to dismiss this as a sensory tool just because I don't like to clean it up. I really think that this might be a beneficial video to kind of explore ways that we can use this. Here's what they sent. There's kind of a different variety, and I was going to explore it all. I've never explored this before, so you guys are doing it with me. And it is kind of late because it got sent to me right before Christmas. So we do have some holiday kind of ones mixed in here. Let's get started and do some fun things with these. The first two I want to try out are these fluffy clouds. They're super stretchy, it says, and it has different scents. This one right here, the orange one, is Peach Paradise. And then this white one we have over here is Cocoa Cray. So I'm going to open these up so we can get started. Now, of course, you guys can just go ahead and tell me, Christina, I can make my own slime. Why don't I just make my own slime? If you want to use the ingredients you have already in your house, go ahead and make your own slime. I have found out that I am not the best at making slime. Maybe it's just I don't have the experience, or maybe I just don't like the cleanup. You know, I've made videos on it, and we've tried it. It just is so nice to be able to just open this jar and have it ready made for you. All right, looks like we get a little peach that was inside the jar here, and a little coconut that was inside this jar here. They're tiny figurines. Wasn't expecting that to be inside. And I can tell you right now, both of these do smell like peaches and like coconut for sure. Open the coconut one and I felt like I was back in Hawaii. You may have a child that does not like to touch slime. It's just a sensory thing. They don't enjoy it. They're hesitant to. They have no interest in touching, playing, manipulating it. And that's okay. You can work with them on that. And then there are some ways to kind of get around it. I'm actually liking the consistency of this slime. It is a little wet. It is a little cold feeling. It's not as threatening as some other slimes that I felt because it's the fluffy cloud slime. That is actually kind of nice. So I do like that it's not the kind of oozing kind that kind of just oozes out between your fingers. It's kind of moldable. It's closer to a Play-Doh consistency than some other slimes that I've dealt with. And I do like that it comes with this little manipulative that you can hide in here and hunt and peck for it, which is some of the things I'm going to talk to you about. If you do have a child that is hesitant to touch the slime, I would start off with sensory materials to work up to slime. So I have videos on my channel that talk about sensory things and kind of where to start. So start with something soft and simple like a pom-pom, pipe cleaners, kind of that soft and fuzzy touch, smooth, satin, some fabrics, and then work your way up to harder textures like rice or pasta, and then get into the putties. And this is a good starter putty to work with. Now, you don't go in right away if your child's hesitant to touch this and make them touch it with their hands. But what you can do is introduce tools. You guys know I talk about these like in every other video. These are my favorite tools to have. For our purposes, we could use tweezers on this activity. And what's great is they can explore and manipulate with the tweezers without even having to touch the slime. And then you can work on things. Can you touch that slime for a second? Can you pull just a little bit with your fingers and working up to it? You can get these. They're in my Amazon store. I'll put a link down below. They're my favorite ones. They're really affordable. You can even use utensils like kitchen utensils and tongs, forks, spoons. Use this Play-Doh tools are actually another great idea to use if your child will not touch it. Even if your child does touch it, they will still have fun using a tool as an extra added benefit that it happens to be working on those fine motor skills too. So now that we talked about how to use this for touch, I wanted to introduce the notion of scent and smell. These are nice because they are already scented. Like I said, this one is the peach, this one's the coconut. You can get several different ones. If you have just homemade slime that you've made at home, you could put a drop of essential oil in there and make sure that you are very knowledgeable and done your research on essential oils and which ones to use or not to use with your kid. You can take a whole bunch of scented slimes all together on a tray, and then you can just play the game of guessing which one is this or looking for a particular scent. Now these are colored, so they probably be very easy to figure out. So you could have your child be blindfolded, or you can have them close their eyes and then smell. Next up, we have the oddly satisfying butter. This is going to be interesting. So we have a s'mores, and then this one is rolling away, and it's the Christmas tree. Now I have to admit, I'm kind of curious about this s'mores one. Whoa. Whoa. That is interesting. Okay, let me smell this. Oh yeah, it smells like chocolate. And then this one is the Christmas tree. Look at that. This one is a little bit thicker and a little bit more stretchy than the last one. Oh my. This one almost reminds me of like a little bit like a traditional putty, that we had when we were kids, but it's a little bit stronger. It is a little bit thicker, a little bit more pliable. It still has that wet feeling to it, so your children might be a little hesitant, but it's a totally different texture than the last one I just showed you. So one of the exercises that an OT once showed me is hiding objects in slime and hunting and pecking for them to search, because then what happens is that you're doing that kind of pulling motion, that kneading motion that's great for the fine motor skills. So to do this and make it educational, I have a couple of different ideas. I have just a box of letter beads in here. You don't have to use the letter beads. You can use the plain beads if you want. So something like these would just be fine. Definitely make sure that, your children aren't oral because you don't want it to be a choking hazard. But if you want it to be educational, these letter beads I used in my sensory test tubes. Do you guys remember those? And so I had a whole bunch of extra ones. And what you can do is use it for letter recognition. If you wanted to do letter recognition, so let's say we have a R here. We'll do an M. So you can do it for letter recognition. You could also do it for sight words. I'm doing capital letters because these just happen to be in capitals. And I'm just totally making up my words here because they're the first letters that I found. But you can make this very strategic. So easy would be to just do letter recognition. Harder would be to do an actual word. And then once you've established your activity, I wouldn't do too many at once. Hide these letters inside your slime. You could even have them do it. They think it's so fun to do, to stick it in there. And that actual pinching and pushing that into there is another fine motor activity. So they can hide them if they want. You can hide them, whatever you want to do. And you hide your letters in here, your beads. Hide them really well. And then now they hunt and peck for them. So there's the easy one right there. And by pushing and kneading away that dough, or that slime, I should say, then they're working those fine motor muscles. Then you have your sheet here of where they're setting them out for the letter recognition. So they can say that's an R. An R goes there. E. So if I'm doing sight words, they can do that and say, okay, I need a B and a T to spell that word. Here's a T, goes there. You can do this as a race too if you have more than one jar. I have a U. Did I spell something wrong? I think I spelled something wrong. So you can do this with two children, with yourself and your child, and you guys can race to pull them out to see who can spell the most words in 30 seconds or who can spell the most words first. Here's my B. There we go. I got a word, bet. So maybe I won one round. If you don't have alphabet letters, that's okay. You can do alternatives. This is just a really great way to do letter recognition. You can do numbers. They make number beads too, so you can do some math if you wanted to. But you could also use objects for children who are not doing letter recognition like these. These are right now at the dollar store. You can get a package of light pink ones or dark ones, and they're like 52 a packet. I pulled these out because Valentine's Day is coming out, so it might be a great theme. Maybe you do use the chocolate and you just put them in the same way, and then you hunt and search for them the same way. So things like this work really well. These are $1 for a full pack. I also have things like this where you're hiding gems inside and they're searching for gems. That's a lot of fun. People ask me where I got these. I think it was Oriental Trading. bragging. You can use the little stones that you buy in the garden section at Dollar Tree. These are really great too because they're just a great size. They're little counters, and I know I just showed these in my Dollar Tree video last week where I found these in the learning section of the dollar store. And these are great for other materials or other activities too, but they're just the exact same thing that you can put in there. They're really colorful and pretty and fun to find. This would be great for color recognition too, or if you pull them out, you can do small math problems with them. So maybe you pull out 2 red ones and you pull out 3 blue ones, and now you have a math problem. And so you can bring out your dry erase board and do math problems instead. You could even do objects. These are Safari LTD objects. You guys know I love these. This is a space themed one. I think I did a video about this because I have the space Montessori 3-part cards. So you can lay these out as your sheet of things you need to find, and you can hide objects inside like that. And that's a vocabulary lesson right in itself, using some materials from other activities that I had. Look around your house. You have this stuff, you guys, and you can really individualize it to what you need. Now we have some holiday butter mash. This is fun because it comes with some of these things to put inside. Let's see, are these two the same? We have one that's gingerbread and one that's scented candy cane. In this top part here, you have all the little beads. Okay, and this one smells like candy canes. This is going to change the texture of the slime, so I'm going to just, you know what, I'm just going to dip it. Whoa. So obviously this is one for a child that is used to and accustomed to slime. It doesn't mind the texture of it and can mix these in. Now, one of the things that I saw online that I wanted to try is using cookie cutters with slime. So I have these heart cookie cutters just to try something different. I think it would work really well with this type of slime because it's kind of moldable. So I'm just going to flatten it out here and see how we do with a cookie cutter. These heart ones came from Dollar Tree several years ago. And so it's just another way to explore with the slime and to use with a different material. There we go. I would also try using scissors as a way to manipulate the slime. So using it as a cutting exercise, use kid-friendly scissors, please, to cut the slime into little bits and pieces. You can also do this with molding clay, or the kind of dough that you use that's regular dough. So we got cookie cutters and scissors for this one. And I think that would also work with the other slimes that we've been working with. This is one that comes in a huge set, but there's a lot of stuff inside here. I think this is one of those surprise kits where things are hidden inside. Because I see it says that there's ultra rare and rare in here. It's called Little Shuckies Pearl Party. First of all, this case is just adorable. I can definitely see my kids using that for other things. In here we have 2 other shells. So this looks like it's sand. We have a little knife here, some little pearls, and some string. Inside here, we have another shell. And now we have glitter slime, another shell, and more glitter slime in a different color, and a pearl. Oh, this is so cute. So basically you're going to be hiding pearls inside of here. Oh, there's the mother of pearl right there. That's a huge one. That's like the golden pearl. And so this is really cute because you can really have everything done for you. I'm not going to open it all right now, but just to give you an idea that there are kits out there that you can use all the materials already in there. This one's themed and it's simply adorable. And then this slime, you guys, I think is a little bit different than the other slimes. Yeah, this is your more slimy slime, but it's got glitter in it. So it's really pretty and cute. A little bit more gel-like, right? And it's the same concepts that I've been talking to you about, hiding your pearl inside and seeing what you get. Pretty interesting concept, and I kind of like that. But you can certainly do something like this on your own at home with some of the other ideas I showed you in this video. But if you want everything all together in one kit, that is pretty fabulous. It's all together for you. If you want everything done for you, that's definitely an option out there. So what do you think about those slime ideas? Are you gonna try it? Maybe let slime in your house? Maybe. Let me know what your thoughts about that, and make sure to click subscribe to see more videos like this. Become a part of the Purple Alphabet family. Why not? It's free. I don't know why you wouldn't want to do it. And make sure to give me a thumbs up to show your love.